Alright, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna show y'all how to handle water and beach. This is gonna include how to pendulum swim, torpedo, motorboat, etc. So let's go. Right, so for pendulum swimming, here's kind of how you have your arms. I want to tell y'all, never put your arms behind you, because that causes you to lose all of your speed, and that's like doing this all over again. So crap. So for pendulum, you want your hands in front of you, and hold up, let me turn my FOV. So for pendulum, you want your hands kind of like this. You want them, so this hand, like if you're going this way, this hand almost like above your head. That's like something like that. You never have them behind you though. So whatever way your arms are going, that's where your hands are going. So if you're going this way, your hands go natural. Crap. Your hands go this way. Go that way, it's the same thing, but your hands would be other way. Of course, you want your hands higher, and with every ounce of speed you get, it's gonna naturally come with your hands just on sides. Here's how it should look like in the water. So see this? Start like this. And you start like this. Of course, you want to speed it up. You get something like that. So how will the hands ever go in front? Because this is what happens when this is kind of what happens when your hands go behind you. So in pendulum, you do something like this, you get a lot of speed in a very short distance. So when you do this other swimming method, it's like this. And see how you gain speed and then you automatically lose it? So that's kind of, when you bring your hands back, that gets a push, but when you bring them forward, you lose all of that push momentum. So in simple terms, that's kind of how you explain pendulum. Next is something called, I think it's called a cross swim, where you kind of swim like that, like this, but you kind of cross your hands. So it's very simple, and so you bring your hands back, and when you bring them in front, cross them. You can either switch your hands, but I recommend just having one of your hands crossed all the time. Oh my god, okay. So as I was saying, I just recommend one of your hands just crossing. So again, this is how it's gonna be first person. Of course you want to boost on those because that's fast. Well, they're a really weird method because you somehow don't lose speed on this, but it still works and is used in beach scrims and all that stuff. This is kind of the simplest swim you're gonna ever learn, besides flailing your arms around. Next is dive turning and dive slapping. So dive slapping is when you get enough speed in pendulum or motorboating, you go up on the water and then just slap out of it, and then you can either go flying, you can hit top zip. I can't hit top zip, so don't expect a lot of this, but it's kind of hype. So let me show you how to do it. So this is kind of recommended once you learn pendulum and you know how to speed up on it. So, alright, let's say you do pendulum. You can start to go up. Oh my god, I don't really like this method. It's not that helpful. So you just get a little small boost out of the water. It's not that powerful, nor do I think I did it right, but that's kind of a little example. The method I recommend when you want to get out of the water in beach is a dive turn. You can do it when you turn in the water. That helps in motorboating, and you can do that when you want to get out of the water. Alright, so here's how it's gonna look like. So with your hands, kind of want your so you want your right. This is in first person. So you want one of your hands in front of you. I recommend your left hand, and you want your hand not also in front of it. That kind of ruins it. But you want your hand close to it, like around this section. And when you do that, you're gonna tilt your hand, not your arm. You're gonna tilt your wrist up, and you're gonna do it both. So once that starts to go up a little, you immediately follow up with this wrist. So here's kind of how you're gonna do it. See, so right, we're gonna start. Like, oh no, you're penduluming. You want to get out of the water. All right. Sometimes you can overlap your hands, but it can work anyway. Like if you were to have both your hands in front of you, it would work, but it's a little more weird. You can't naturally have your hands like equal, so sometimes people prefer that method. So the lower you go in the water, the faster you lift your wrist up. That's like you're gonna get higher out of the water, and you're like the force of getting out of the water, you're gonna get sent flying, or you can go extremely high. Alright, so here's how to basically motorboat. So for motorboating, it's basically, in simple terms, it's a one-handed pendulum swim, but the arms are different. So my method for this is you take your left hand and you put it on the opposite side of, not like this, but like opposite. If you put it on the right side of your face. So you start with your you start at the bottom of your hip. Alright, so you start bottom hip in your life, and then you just like swing your hand up to your chest and then bring it back down. Just swing my hand there. This is kind of the motion. Sometimes people put their arm on their stomach or upper chest. I just put it on the side of my face because if you do it on the side of your face and you tilt your hand down and up, that's going to cause you to get control. Like you can get out of the water, you can jump in the water and start immediately motorboating. And you can like do a lot of control, like you can do shipwreck routes, all that stuff. This is kind of how you do it. So for motorboating, when you're new to this, start off at least crisscross swimming or pendulum, and then once you get a little more speed, then just immediately diving into the water, then you can start motorboating. So here's how it's gonna look in the water. Jump in. See, when you start, no boost or anything, and you start. See, just bring it. You don't get a lot of speed. Alright. So, if you basically start with a little boost, I recommend pendulum starting because crisscross is a little more get a lot more to think about, and then pendulum you can just bring one of your hands. So you start pendulum, bring your hand, and then I got stuck on the kelp. Crisscross, you do this. You kind of saw it, but yes, I do get a lot more speed on this. So that's kind of everything I know in water. Actually, no. Okay, so I forgot about one method. It's also something to get out of the water with, or it's just like a swimming method used, and it's like kind of fun, but it's not really used in like competitive scrims for a beach. So it's called torpedo, or some people call it hurricane, or some people call it tornado, whatever you want it. So for torpedo, it's like you just spin around with your arms, and you can't get out of the water, or you can speed up on it, or you can do you can kind of change it into a whirlpool, and you can go either up or down quickly in water. So here's kind of how you do it, the torpedo. So it's kind of how you do torpedo. You spin around. Actually, I'll lose some water because I can. So you do it. You spin around and you bring your hand closer. You see, when you do that, you get out of the water a little bit. That's kind of how you can end up. Here's how to do it again. Get it. Bring your hand closer. And see, and that's how I can go down. So here's how you do it with a lot of speed. So I can't really jump, but it's just a little fun thing to do in the water, but you have to slide your hand. It's a little fun thing to do. Like if you want to do a little hop out of it, if you want to do a little hop out of the water, yeah, that's kind of how you do it. Whirlpool. No, yeah, it's called whirlpool. So for whirlpool, it's kind of like torpedo, but you have your arms positioned and you have your hands positioned a certain way, so that if you have them like this and one like this, you can like, flip that, and you can like spin around and go down in water. And then if you reverse that, you can go up and you can shoot out of the water. I don't know the drill inside it. So take that. You have your hands like this. Oh, I'm wrong. So you want your hands like this. Put your hands like, and you go down. And so spin around. For the other way, you want to go up. Oh my god, I still go down. Don't really know how to do going up, but if you just pendulum straight up, that's kind of up. Yeah, it's kind of like a little torpedo, but it's a little easier. That's kind of everything I know in water, and that's how you handle water. But luck's out. I will see you guys later, and thank you for watching. Ask questions if you need.